Hello everyone. Today we will have a discussion on topic postal ballot facility to absentee voters. This video is prepared by Team Master Trainers 038 Adampur, Jalandhar, Punjab. Under the esteemed guidance of Mrs. Jyotibala Mattu, Returning Officer cum Joint Commissioner, Municipal Corporation Jalandhar, Punjab, Assembly Constituency 038 Adampur, and Mr. Rajiv Shekhdi, Election Head, Assembly Constituency 038 Adampur. The postal ballot facility is given to number 1 service voters, number 2 voters on election duty deployed in constituency other than their native place where he or she is registered as a general voter. Electors subjected to preventive detention, Rule 20 of the Conduct of Election Rules 1961, absentee voters, Conduct of Election Rules amended 2019 and 2020. Types of absentee voters are senior citizens above 80 years of age, named as AVSC, persons with disability flagged in the database for electoral roll ABPD, COVID-19 suspect or affected persons AVCO, electors on essential services AVES. Process for applying postal ballot by absentee voters. Submission of Form 12D, which is just an application to returning officer for the issuance of postal ballot. Such applications should reach to the returning officer well within 5 days following the date of notification of the election concerned. In case of AVPD, the Form 12D should be accompanied by a benchmark disability certificate, which is 40% of a specified disability. Actions to be taken by RO. Distribution of Form 12D to different categories of absentee voters AVSC, AVPD, AVCO and AVES through BLOs in their polling station area to obtain a consent regarding his or her wish to cast vote through the facility of postal ballot. Supervisors, sector officers shall supervise the process of distribution and collection of Form 12D under the overall supervision of RO. RO team will draw a list of all the absentee voters in 3 categories as per Annexure 1, list of AVSC, AVPD and AVCO electors entitled to vote through postal ballot. After the electoral roll is finalized, the RO should be satisfied with the eligibility of every absentee elector before approving his/her for issuance of a postal ballot. RO shall indicate entry PB in the marked copy of the electoral roll against the names of such electors to show that a postal ballot paper has been issued to them. RO will provide the hard copy of such electors to the contesting candidates of recognized political parties. Procedure to be followed. A team comprising of 2 officials, at least one not below the rank or level of a polling officer, a micro observer, police security, and a videographer will visit to the address mentioned in the Form 12D by a eligible elector to whom postal ballot is issued. Prior information of scheduled visit should be given or shared with elector as well as with the contesting candidates. Contesting candidates can appoint their representatives or BLAs, booth level agents, to watch the process. The visiting polling officer will identify the identity of the elector before issuing postal ballot. How to cast the vote by postal ballot? Polling team will provide following documents to the electors. Form 13A, a self-declaration to be filled by the elector and will be attested by the polling officer. Form 13B, a smaller envelope which will contain postal ballot and is to be closed. Form 13C, a larger envelope which will contain self-declaration which should be duly signed and attested, and a smaller closed envelope containing postal ballot. Form 13D, an instruction leaflet. The elector will either cross mark or tick mark against the candidate of his choice. Will fold it, place it in smaller envelope 13B and close it. Will place the declaration along with closed envelope inside a larger envelope 13C. Will close the larger envelope 13C and hand it over to the polling officer. In case of a COVID affected person, the medical officer attending the person is also authorized to attest the declaration. Name of the elector and document produced for the identification shall also to be entered in a register annexed as Annexure 2. Annexure 2, list of AVSC, AVPD, AVCO electors issued with postal ballot. The ARO will receive the counterfiles of issued ballot papers having signatures or thumb impression of the electors and serial number of voters and envelope 13C collected daily at the end of each day of the visit. The ARO shall make arrangements to make the same delivered to RO for keeping in safe custody. The whole process of vote by postal ballot should be completed one day prior to the date fixed for poll in the constituency. Thank you all.